All right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about different neighborhoods to stay in Santo Domingo for those of you guys coming to visit or for whatever reason. But not to make things too complicated, which I'm probably about to do, I just want to bring up one point before I get into the areas, is that Santo Domingo is split up into different parts. So you have Santo Domingo Este, which is East Santo Domingo Norte, which is North Santo Domingo, Santo Domingo Oeste, which is West Santo Domingo. All right, and then you have, if I'm not mistaken, is Distrito Nacional. This is basically like central Santo Domingo, but this is the area where you want to stay. All right, all the neighborhoods I'm going to talk about are in this like middle central area. So I just wanted to make that clear. Now, with that being said, let's get into the first neighborhood, which is Zona Colonial. This neighborhood is the touristy part of town, so there are tons of accommodations. You're going to find a lot of your hotels, hostels. This area is also one of the main, if not the main, nightlife part of the city. So tons of bars, restaurants, lounges, clubs. However, there are two things I think you should keep in mind. One, if you're staying, let's say 2 weeks or a month, just my humble opinion, I think you might get tired of the hustle and bustle. I think you'll get tired of leaving your accommodations and, hey, you want to do this tour, you want this, massage, this, that. I think you'll also get tired of the overpricing. And the last thing is that Zona Colonial is considered a World Heritage Site due to all the history that's there. But because it's a World Heritage Site, it's old. So there's some parts that's just nice and beautiful, but then there's some others that a little rundown. Just all in all, it's pretty much like your typical touristy area, Gasquet. This neighborhood sits right next to Zona Colonial, so it's great for those who don't necessarily want to be right in the middle of the action, but close to it. This neighborhood is a lot more residential, so the atmosphere is more calm, it's more neighborly. Now they do have some hotels in this area, like they have the Sheraton, and I believe they have the Crown Plaza, and they also have a few high rises in the neighborhood. And another thing I like about this area, Gasquet, is that there are some really good eateries here. They have some well-known, popular restaurants. So if you're staying in Zona Colonial and you're getting tired of the overpriced touristy food, you can take a quick trip to Gasquet and eat some real good, Dominican cooking. The third neighborhood on the list, I want to say it's one of the premier neighborhoods. It's definitely an upper scale neighborhood, and that is Piontini. Piontini is an area where you're going to find majority of your upper scale clubs, upper scale restaurants. There's like 3 malls in the area. You got Blue Mall, which is your upper scale mall. You got Agoda Mall. You got Acropolis, and then you just have tons of plazas, just tons of shopping centers in the area, also tons of apartments, high rises. Piontini is an area for those travelers who, wherever they go, they like to stay in the nicer part of town. Then that's Piontini. Now, real quick, right next to Piontini, there's a neighborhood called Naco. There's not really much more I can say. Everything I said about Piontini, I would say about Naco, and you're gonna need some money in Naco as well. Piontini, Naco, those are both upper scale neighborhoods. Fourth on the list, we have Bayavista. Now this neighborhood to me is a mix between Piontini and Gasquet. I say Piontini because it's similar. One, you're gonna need some money in Bayavista. There's tons of shopping. Bayavista also has high rises and apartments, condos. It's just it's a beautiful neighborhood. But on the flip side, I say it's similar to Gasquet because it does kind of have certain parts that feel residential. If Gasquet is a little too relaxing, but then Piontini, the way your bank account's set up, you can't really, stay there. Bayavista, where, don't get me wrong, again, you still need money in this area, but I would say it's still more affordable than Piontini. Last but not least, we have the Malecon. It's not really a neighborhood, it's just the area that sits along the beach, sits along the water. They have tons of hotels and apartments you can stay. Now, I do have videos on some of those apartments and hotels. I've been criticized for the prices. Just keep in mind that I try to find places that are affordable, but at the same time, you're not gonna have no cockroaches in your bed, or when the power goes out, you're still gonna have lights and Wi-Fi, or whether you're gonna have hot water. Because I do read the reviews of places that I put in my videos, so just keep those things in mind. Now, with that being said, these are some of the neighborhoods you can stay in while in Santo Domingo. I'm sure there are more, but I think these are some of the main ones. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right here. Hope this video has helped you, and I'll catch you guys at the next one. Deuces.